Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you for joining me this morning. First up on today's show, I take you inside of Aqua Systems to learn why it's important to drink clean and filtered water. Plus, I learn all about their home services. Then Purdue Fort Wayne's Community Art Academy joins me in studio to discuss their upcoming summer camps that are available to kids and teenagers. And later, it's Wealth Wednesday, and Foster Financial joins me in studio to give us some holistic financial advice. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment is sponsored by Aqua Systems. I am here at Aqua Systems located on DuPont Road. They have been serving the Fort Wayne community for over 60 years, and they really focus on making water better in every possible way. And I'm taking you on the inside. Joining me now is Andrew Atkins, who is the regional manager here. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so we're talking all things water, which is probably one of the most important things that we all need in our lives. We need to drink more of it.
Yeah, yes, we do.
And you all have a mentality that's like water should be clear, it should be simple, it should be easy.
Yeah.
So give me an overview of Aqua Systems.
Well, what we do here is we clean water. We give your home water or your business, fresh, clean water. We can do it with the water softeners, eradicators, ROs. We just make it simple and easy.
Yeah, because I think people don't realize that sometimes the water that comes out of the faucet may have elements in it.
Yep. And then you got lime calcium, you got sulfur stuff, you got iron manganese. I mean, even have bacteria sometimes.
Yes. And so through your systems, you make that easy for people to obtain clear water at home. So kind of tell me about some of the products that you offer here.
Well, we supply a wide variety of water softeners that help with lime calcium and stuff like that. They do iron to a certain extent, but when you have a lot of iron or iron manganese, you have to go to like a chemical-free eradicator, which works wonderful on problem water.
Oh,
We also do purification. So RO is purified water at your tap or your kitchen sink or at your fridge.
Yeah, and so the RO is the reverse osmosis?
Correct.
Okay, so that process sounds very interesting. So kind of break down, how does that work?
Well, it's a series of filters, and the water comes in and it goes to a pre-filter. And then it actually comes out and it goes to a membrane, which is a filter that's so tight that a water molecule is only supposed to be able to fit through it.
Okay.
So then it sends the rejected water, the wastewater, out the drain, and it sends the product water to a tank that then provides it to your kitchen sink or your fridge, and it goes through a carbon filter at the last stage to polish it up for you.
Wow. So many steps and processes with getting clean water. But so when you make it easy for people at home, you actually offer home care systems. So how does that work exactly? Do they just attach it to their faucet, or is it one of those big cooler systems that you kind of see in the office?
Well, we have all kinds of different. We have reverse osmosis that go underneath the sink or in the basement.
Okay.
And that's for that. We also do the bottled water, where we do have coolers. We have bottom load coolers. We have top load coolers. They look nice, stainless steels. We got all kinds of different ones for you.
So one of the coolest thing about a water system is that same cooling system that you have at the office, people can have it at home.
Correct.
My parents have a system at home. They can access hot and cold water instantly, and it's clean. So how can people get that for themselves?
You can stop by the store, give us a call, email us. We do rental coolers. We purchase coolers. It's just a phone call away, really, to get clean water.
Yeah, and do you also deliver the actual bottled waters as well?
We do. We deliver. We have a full drive-through and delivery service.
Okay, that's awesome. And what I love most about you all is you've been around for so long. I mean, 60 years in the Fort Wayne community providing clean water. And so as you all go into this year, what do you want for people to really know about your business and really what sets you apart from other companies?
Well, what sets us apart is our customer service. That's our number one goal, customer service. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop for you, easy, convenient, and affordable.
Yeah.
We have great warranties, our great prices, and we have a 90-day back money guarantee on all our products.
That's incredible. Okay, and today we do have a special offer. If you're watching this segment, people could actually come in and mention that they saw you all on television and they get a deal. So what's the deal?
It's $300 off select water softeners, home systems, $100 off ROs.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's pretty good savings.
That is so awesome. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me, Andrew, and kind of breaking down what sets you apart and why people need clean, clear, easy water.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. And if you'd like more information about Aqua Systems, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Aqua Systems.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Purdue Fort Wayne's Community Arts Academy is dedicated to instilling an appreciation of the arts in children by offering summer camps and year-round classes in art, music, theater, and dance. And joining me today is their director of the Community Arts Academy, Molly Papier, and the professor of media production, Art Herbig. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Doing really well. Thanks for
Great.
having us.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so you know we love all things arts and creativity around here. So I just love that you all are offering a summer camp, but for a variety of different talents and arts. So why don't you start off by giving us an overview of your summer academy?
So basically this summer we have things for kids ages pre-K to, well, do we have 12? Yes, to 12. We have music camps that are residential. We have a piano camp where you stay in the dorms. We have a clarinet camp where you also stay in the dorms for a week.
Oh.
And those draw kids from all over, not just from Fort Wayne, all over the state. The director of our clarinet camp came from Bloomington, and so she has connections, as well as her husband, who also directs the camp, all over the state. So both those camps are happening in June. Also in June is our 29th annual summer string camp, and that is for grades K to 12. And in that camp, we also cater to kids that have literally just picked the instrument up. And that camp's a little bit shorter, so you show up, kind of learn how to play whichever string instrument you're interested in, and then you leave at noon. The other kids that have played longer stay till 2.
Okay.
We have 2 art camps, one of which unfortunately is sold out.
Already,
We couldn't
wow.
sell them out last summer. I don't know what's going on, but we have 3 Fort Wayne Community School art teachers working with us this summer. The one that is not sold out is for pre-K to grade 2. It's called the Mini Makers Camp, and that is taught by Stephanie Bellinger, who works at Forest Park Elementary.
Okay.
And so that, I believe, is in July. I'd really like to highlight the camps that are for our middle school kids. We have a music technology camp, a virtual reality camp, and Art is here to talk about our first ever video production camp.
Yes, first ever. Well, that's so exciting. Okay, so Art, you are the professor of media and all that great stuff. So what do you feel that this class will bring to the academy?
You know, it's funny because, you know, our 6th to 8th graders now are very technologically savvy, right? In terms of we've got the technology, we play with it, we got our phones and those kinds of things. But oftentimes they don't understand the medium as like a way to tell stories, right? It's a, you know, like it's snippets and bits and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do is give them a chance to see this not as just something they do for social media or something they do, you know, for their personal interactions, but something they do for art and, you know, create stories and be a storyteller.
Yes.
And so this is an opportunity for them to pick up an actual camera with, you know, lenses and lights and microphones and be able to see this. You know, sometimes when you come and you see the big equipment and those kinds of things, and then we're running this down in college TV, so we've got our studio, we've got all those kinds of things. It's really easy for it to feel big and overwhelming. And one of the things we want to do is introduce them to these skills and these bits of equipment and those kinds of things in ways that make it accessible. Right? That I can come in and I can grab this camera and I know what an iris is, as opposed to allowing my phone to kind of dictate for me creatively what I can do.
Right.
And so it's really exciting to get a chance to kind of work with the younger students because ultimately the younger students become the older students at some point.
Yeah.
And so, having an opportunity to connect with them and to teach them and hopefully build that groundwork for them so that they can come and work with us later on projects is always the kind of goal. At PFW, we're really focused on allowing the student to have their voice. I don't want students to come in and tell my stories. I don't want them to make my movies.
Right.
I want them to have a chance to creatively come up with something that represents them and allows them to get their voice out into the world meaningfully.
Right, and I love that you said basically the skills that they will pick up will be tangible in a sense. Like it'll make sense, they can connect the dots and kind of get an understanding. So because of social media and smartphones, they kind of have a basis, right? And so you're taking that knowledge and taking it to the next level. And so will it be the production side only? Will they get like on-camera opportunities? What is the flow?
My goal with every student comes through my door is to listen to them and hear what they need and find out what they need to bring, what they want to take away from the program. And so, I've joked on many times. I had a student one time who came in and wanted to be a hockey broadcaster. And we worked with that student on camera as well as creating things, and now he works for the Dallas Stars.
Oh, wow.
And so the fact is that one of the first things I do with the camp, with my students at PFW, one of the first things I do is try to listen to them and figure out where they want to take these things and then help guide them to things that will allow them the skills to get them to where they want to go.
To get them there. And so what is the age on your camp?
It's 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yep.
6 to 8 grade. Okay. Oh yeah, that's that junior high age to get them prepared. I love that.
Yep.
And so for the different classes, Molly, where can people go to learn more, to register? When is registration open right now? I'm sure it's going to close soon.
Great question. I know. The really savvy families have booked everything up, their whole summer up. So registration opened on February 1st. It's open now. You just go to pfw.edu/camps.
Okay.
And I wanted to point out really quickly, Art touched on this, what's really great about our camps is it exposes kids and families to college. Just the idea of it, feeling comfortable on campus. And so since we serve so many first generation kids at PFW, this is a great way to just dip your toes into a college setting.
Yeah, that's nice. Therefore, it doesn't feel so intimidating. And they're like,
Exactly.
oh, I can see myself there. And going to PFW.
And the families too can see what college is all about.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you both so much for coming in and sharing about this summer experience. And if you'd like more information about Purdue Fort Wayne's Community Art Academy, their summer camp is happening all throughout the summer, and you can actually register now. We'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday, providing you with holistic financial advice from Foster Financial. And joining me today is their Vice President, Caleb Doan. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. Okay, so today we have an interesting topic. So apparently there are some future tax changes happening.
Oh, yeah.
So break that down for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, a lot of us know that at the end of 2025, there's going to be some kind of tax provisions that sunset. Okay, so then if no legislation is passed, then we're expecting taxes to kind of increase in 2026, and it changes a few things. But one thing that I wanted to take some time to look at were changes that were proposed but not actually implemented yet. Because some of those changes genuinely kind of worry me, scare me when you read at what the Congressional Budget Office is considering to basically reduce our deficit.
Wait, I've never heard you say that before, that you're scared.
Yeah, anytime
changes.
when the government starts talking about raising taxes, it's definitely something that worries me. And I know a lot of investors out there, of course, too.
Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, of course, we know that our government is in debt. You know, national debt is sky high, and we're operating at a budget deficit every single year, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that deficit is continuing to grow.
Yeah.
And there's only two ways to change that. You can either increase the money that you're bringing in or decrease your spending. And a lot of times we're not really expecting our government to decrease their spending.
Right.
And so that means they have to increase the money that they're bringing in, which just means, hey, they're going to be raising taxes, right? So the Congressional Budget Office, the CBO, they released a document back, this was December 2022, and it was called Options for Reducing the Deficit, Volume 1, Larger Reductions is what it's called. So, I mean, people can literally type this into Google, pull it up on the CBO website, and you can read it. It's like a 100-page document. The one thing that I kind of wanted to focus on today, there's a bunch of different options in there for reducing the deficit. One that's specifically related to taxes, because of course a lot of us just finished filing our taxes. It's kind of top of mind. One of the options that they talked about, which again did not get implemented yet, it wasn't implemented in the Secure Act 2.0 or the Inflation Reduction Act, but at least tells you that they're considering this for the future, is getting rid of itemized deductions on your taxes.
Oh, so this specifically would apply to who? Like business owners, if people are filing their own, so itemized. Oh, actually that would apply to business owners and people who have donations, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of times the option for you is to either itemize or to take the standard deduction. If you're itemizing, the interesting thing that, you know, it's odd that they're kind of targeting the people who are itemizing, because these are often the people who are donating the most to charity, right? So, or maybe they have really high medical bills or something. There's a lot of reasons why someone would itemize. But I wrote down the exact phrasing from page 78 of that document that you can look up online.
All right, give it to us, Caleb.
It says, under the first alternative, all itemized deductions would be eliminated. As a result, taxpayers who would otherwise itemize deductions would have to claim the standard deduction, which generally would be of less value to them. So this would get rid of that itemized deduction option so that everyone would have to take the standard deduction. So again, I hope that this doesn't get implemented, but at least tells you, you know, the thought process that's going into some of these conversations.
That's interesting because it feels like it really does target, though, a specific tax bracket if people are donating in that excess to charities to have to itemize it. But are they basically trying to find a way to go after high-income homes?
Possibly, but the odd thing is that, you know, I have clients who, you know, might be pretty low or middle income, but they just have really high medical expenses, because you can itemize if you have high medical expenses. I have some clients who are in nursing facilities who get to itemize, not even because they donate, but just because they're spending so much on nursing facilities.
Okay, I didn't realize the medical aspect to it, because you do think about the charities, and then of course, I wonder if this will apply to business owners. Do businesses have to abide by this rule, or is it just individuals?
So businesses will still be able to, like if this got implemented, businesses will still be able to write off their normal expenses and everything like that that you would put on a Schedule C. For this is mostly talking about people who are filing their just family's taxes, right? They're filing as a single filer or joint filer, whatever it might be. If they're normally used to itemizing, if this got implemented, they would only be able to take the standard deduction, which of course would increase their overall tax liability. So, I mean, one of the things that we do with a lot of our clients who are itemizing, you know, let's say they're itemizing, they're able to deduct $40,000 over the course of the year. The standard deduction, just for round numbers' sake, let's say is $30,000. If they have a lot of excess cash in their bank account, what we'll do instead is we'll have them donate twice as much or 3 times as much in 1 year, get to itemize a huge amount, and then in the next 2 or 3 years just take the standard deduction. So they're still giving the same amount to the charities that they're normally donating to, or whatever it might be, whatever reason that they're itemizing. But they get to take the really big deduction, and then they get to take that standard deduction. So this is a way that people can save money on taxes right now, but especially if we were to see that, hey, you know, maybe in the future, if they say, starting in 2029 or whatever it is, you can't itemize anymore, we'll want to apply this strategy to a lot of clients where we say, hey, we're going to donate a lot in this 1 year, take that big itemized deduction, because in future years it's going to be gone.
So what type of notice is given once one of these changes are actually implemented?
Yeah, I mean, you hope they give you a lot of notice. I mean, so they released this document in December of 2022, and they were proposing these changes for 2023. Now, of course, this change, again, didn't get implemented, but it could be as quick as 1 year out, 2 years out, that they tell you that these things are going to happen. So you kind of have to move quickly to adjust your plans.
Yeah, I would love to talk further, maybe next Wealth Wednesday, just about that strategy of donating, because we're seeing that in some public figures. The wife of Amazon's
Jeff Bezos'
owner,
wife,
his
Mackenzie
wife,
Whitney, I want to say.
Yes, like she's given away crazy amounts, like millions, I think almost like up to $1 billion to charities that she's selecting because she's trying to liquidate all that money that they have. So I'm wondering the strategy behind that. So maybe we could dive deeper.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it doesn't just apply to billionaires. You know, it's like there's ways to save on taxes just for your everyday charitable-minded person.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Caleb, yeah, that was great. So you guys remember that Foster Financial is here to help you with strategizing for your taxes. And we'll have their number listed below to give them a call. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the show. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. While you're out, give a little smile, give a little wave, share a little light and love today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.